You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, we have Drew Cain ready to pack up and move him and Scout Cain to DC immediately. And that's one of several red flags that has fans wondering if Cameron Mathison's time is up at GH and if they're finally going to get what they want and Drew leaves town. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. We're going to talk about how Drew plans to rip his daughter Scout away from her family and leave Port Charles for good. Is it really going to happen, though? Before we get into it, please hit subscribe if you're not following. All right, let's talk about all the red flags pointing to Congressman Cutthroat's exit. The first is obvious. Everybody despises Drew on the show, and I think the majority of the GH fan base also really hates him. Lots of people keep hoping that Cameron Mathison's going to exit, focus on, his other projects, because Drew is the victim in a murder mystery. That's what they're hoping, just to see him killed off. And I mean, let's face it, Scout's dad keeps getting worse and worse. People already hate him for the way he ruined Willow Tait's marriage to Michael Corinthos. Since then, he's been nonstop manipulating and lying to Willow and just all the grimy moves he's been making. Drew bribed somebody at the burn clinic in Germany to lie and say Michael refused to see Willow. Plus, Drew traumatized wily Corinthos, saying awful things within his earshot. Plus, he was plotting to frame Michael as an opioid addict. He blackmailed Nina. He blackmailed Portia. He blackmailed Curtis. And now Drew's going after Stella. Just a laundry list of awful behavior. But this week, Drew really iced the hate cake for fans when he demanded that Detective Chase arrest Danny Morgan for taking his little sister Scout out of camp and over to the Q Mansion when she asked him to bring her over there for a visit. Drew tried to force Chase to arrest Danny right in front of Jason, right in front of Alexis, and they were both appalled. I'm sure fans are appalled. Even Chase wasn't having it. He could tell this was just Drew's personal vendetta, another one, and shut it down. Plus, Scout asked Danny to take her to the Q's because she misses everybody there, and Drew leaves Scout home with the nanny all the time at their house while he's off doing busy congressman things and, various evil deeds. Chase absolutely refused to arrest Danny, but he did warn the teenager that if the camp had called 911, somebody else probably would have stopped his car and arrested him, and things would be going very differently because he did take Scout away from the camp without signing her out, without letting anybody know, definitely without permission from her dad. What was really heinous was when Alexis said that Sam McCall would want Scout to be around her brother Danny and the rest of the family. We saw that Drew was just ice cold when he told Alexis that Sam's gone and I'm the one who decides. That was the crux of what he said. Sam's dead. I'm the only parent around. It was just kind of terrible, just, reminding Alexis of everything she's lost. And now she's about to lose more because of him. Because Drew sunk even lower and he banned Alexis, Danny, and anybody else in the family from seeing or contacting Scout from that day forward. Alexis was absolutely reeling because she adores Scout and she's all that Alexis has left of Sam, who, of course, you all know, was murdered last year. And she's that last little bit of Sam that Alexis has. So this week, Drew says the best thing they can do is for him and Scout to move to DC as soon as possible. So Drew's ready to just pack and go no matter what Scout wants, and that's another red flag. And the look on Alexis's face when Drew banned them and marched out was pure murder. And don't forget, Alexis has killed a couple of people. She murdered the guy who killed her sister, Luis Alcazar, and she ran right over the guy who'd been abusing Christina. So never count Alexis out. Plus, another red flag this week is that it's the 4th anniversary of Cameron Mathison's debut on General Hospital as Drew, as the recast. So if Cameron Mathison were exiting an anniversary February would be a typical date. They usually write characters out or recast them at the end of an actor's contract, which usually runs in 1 to 3 year increments, or 3 years and then a year renewal, which would align to the 4 years he's been on the show. However, despite all these red flags and fans on Soap social media every day praying for Drew's murder, I do suspect he's not going anywhere, at least not for long, and not right now. That would just be too easy, and it would make too many characters happy, too many fans happy. To me, it seems like a real long shot that Cameron Mathison's going anywhere. At the most, I would say Frank Valentini might slide Drew to the back burner while he plots moving away with Scout and then changes his mind. However, don't forget, later this week, in official GH spoilers, Molly Lansing tries really hard to convince Drew to relent on banning Scout from family and taking her away from Port Charles. And Molly's a lawyer, so she may present a good case, a very calm case, lays out some facts that may change Drew's mind. So in one way, it definitely feels like all the ducks are in a row for Drew's exit, either for him to leave town or for something really bad to happen and he's pushing up daisies. Willow has dumped him. Drew needs to be in DC for work. He wants Scout away from the family. He's ticked off more than one local crime lord, both Sonny and his enforcer Jason and Jen Sidwell. At the same time, though, Frank Valentini seems to like Cameron Mathison a lot. And when that showrunner likes an actor, their character sticks around no matter how much fans hate them. Fans have been hating on Drew for quite a long time now, and Frank just doesn't care. As for some of Drew's other obstacles, they may resolve. Molly may broker peace between Drew and Alexis and facilitate the Scout issue. As for Willow, I kind of feel like Drew may be able to re-gaslight her into getting back with him. And with Marco urging his dad, Jen Sidwell, to reveal the judge bribe scandal to tarnish Sonny, Willow could get partial custody of her kids, if not full custody, because the case will get a new judge and they may take a very dim view of Michael's dad doing bribery and blame Michael and get those kids back to Willow. And if she does get Wiley and Amelia back and Drew somehow tries to take credit for that, that might be a huge reason that Willow softens on Drew. Given Willow's track record of being weak-minded because she was raised in a cult, she could totally change her mind. Also, because we know that General Hospital is doing Monica Quartermain's character death this fall, I think around like October or November, and Erica Slezak is coming in allegedly to play her sister, it's kind of hard to imagine that Drew would leave when a Quartermain character is about to die. So while there are many signs pointing to Drew's exit, there are just as many signs pointing to Cameron Mathison staying. Whether fans like it or not, we will update you if anything changes. But for now, despite fans chanting for Drew's death, it seems like a long shot.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.